I would like to share with you something about the background of how the Teo community of interfaith Franciscans came into existence. We're a new lay monastic community that was established initially back in July 2006 when 12 of the student therapists I was involved with as a teacher, training them to work with the Christ Magdalena energy underpinned by the Essenic energy. They were in meditation when they had a message from Lord Kutumi, an ascended master. And we know that Lord Kutumi incarnated as many beings of love, but one of them was St. Francis of Assisi. And that message was the turning point for that 12 group of students. Because in the meditation they were given a specific message. And the message was to restore God's people from all faiths, all backgrounds, to come together in love. To come together and celebrate their spiritual and religious and cultural diversity. And again in 2007, I was guided to go to Assisi, where I'd never been before, and I wasn't particularly interested in the touristy things, but my heart was guided to go and kneel in the tomb of St. Francis, and in front of the tomb I was profoundly affected by the overall simplicity of that experience, and I know that I wept many tears. But whilst there I became very aware in my heart that Jesus and St. Francis with Magdalena were speaking to me. And it wasn't just to set up an ordinary spiritual community, but it was to establish a lay monastic community for the modern world. A monastic community for men and women from all faiths and backgrounds, whether they be married, single, widowed, divorced, disabled, gay or straight, that they were invited by God to share their love for God by living a simple life as either an oblate or as a lay monastic in vows, and to do so from their own home, their monastery without walls. And yet I knew that this would be an enormous challenge because of the indifference that would be thrown at us from within the established church. And as a Catholic Christian, for the best part of 45 years, I've never ever engaged in praying for Christian unity, because that just didn't resonate. I prayed many prayers for the unity and peace of all faiths, and none to come together one day as brothers and sisters of love, honouring the one true God known by many names, and thereby embrace God's love. So the vision very much is about an integrated spiritual ecology for soul seekers everywhere. It's a pathway to God, where we come and share our cultural differences and our religious differences without trying to convert the other to one's particular belief. Francis of Assisi, we know, in his living the gospel of Jesus Christ to the very full, gives us an example of 4 wonderful yet beautiful ecologies that are achievable. The first ecology is an environmental ecology, living in harmony with nature and creation, with Mother Earth and the elements, as demonstrated by his life. The second ecology is a social ecology, embracing all peoples, brothers and sisters, from all faith traditions, regardless of their colour and their faith or lifestyle. And the third ecology is a spiritual ecology, an ecology whereby we come together in love to praise the Father, Mother, God as the creator of all beings and of all things. And finally, the fourth ecology is an interfaith ecology, inviting all soul seekers like myself and yourself to come together in partnership, to draw a line in the sand at the historical differences that have alienated us, and now come together in love. The vision is a vision for our time, and the Teo community is a community of love and support, reaching out to all faiths, demonstrating God's love, demonstrating compassion, justice, peace, integrity. More importantly, by demonstrating forgiveness to ourselves and to each other. The Teo community of St. Francis of Interfaith Franciscans, currently we don't have an established base, but we do use here, which is being perceived by many as the mother house, nurturing the vision in the seedbed of God's love. But our vision will embrace a whole new way of life, where we hope to be given a property and land in God's time, and we will call it the Abbey of St. Francis of Peace and Compassion. And within that abbey, hopefully there will be ecopods where various monks will live, men and women, and we will come together 3 times a day and sing and celebrate and dance the sacred dance of the canticles, honouring the divine within us and within nature, the landscape. We hope to become self-sufficient, to grow our own food, to make our own produce, and to sell it in the Abbey shop. We hope to generate income, hopefully, from the therapies, from the retreats, from whatever, but we have taken a vow of providence, and that vow stipulates that we do not apply to any statutory body for funding, that we trust in the Father, Mother, God, who sees our needs, will provide for those needs. So we're confident that someone out there will be touched by God and who will give generously, so that the vision can become rooted in the interfaith family. And I wear the Teo symbol, and this is a symbol of peace and compassion to all faiths. It is not the traditional crucifix, there is no figure on it, but more importantly, if you look at it, it represents you and me with our arms outstretched, in praise, having surrendered our heart to embrace a simpler life in the footsteps of Francis, honouring the divine by embracing the natural world. You can find out more about that by visiting the website interfaithfranciscans.com. The vision is a vision to share with the world. And the reason why Lord Kutumi and Magdalena sought out 12 ordinary men and women was because the hearts of God's chosen representatives, the ordained ministers from the various churches and various beliefs, were closed. And that's what happened with religion. Religion alienated the ordinary man and woman from their God. And that will account for all the historical differences and woundedness. But today we have a vision. The vision is God's. And it's to reach out in the spirit of Francis, who was loved by all faiths and seen as an ambassador of peace. Come and join us, and let us together sing that sacred song. We are one with the Father, we are one. We bless you and we thank you for your prayer, because it's important that all faiths come together to embrace the one true God, who loves us all regardless of our belief.